Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In the Miracles of the Quran series, today we'll talk about three dimensions happening in the same space. Yes, Quran talks about three separate dimensions happening in the same space, however, in different times. Let me take you to Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah number 259. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about a man who enters a place and wonders how this will ever be brought back to life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did a miraculous stuff just for him. What was that? The man slept for 100 years, and then the man was waken up. The man is said to be, his name is not mentioned in the Quran, but in the books of tafsir, it is mentioned that this man was a prophet of God, Uzair alayhi salam. He slept for 100 years. When he was waken up from his sleep, it was asked of him, how long did you sleep? He's like, maybe a day, maybe half a day. I don't know. In the same space where he slept for 100 years, he did not age. Not more than a day. So that was one dimension. Then Allah said, now I want you to look at the other two dimensions in the same space. Look at your food. Look at your whatever you brought to drink. Not a single second has passed on your food or on your drink. And you slept for 100 years. And look at yourself. Maybe a slight change that you might have noticed would happen in a person in a day or half a day. That's all you yourself witness. But your food and your drink in the same space did not even went through that 1 second of a change. It is as fresh as you left it before you went to sleep. And here's the third dimension. Look at the donkey that you were riding. The donkey has turned to dust. And Allah said, you were wondering how I will bring things back to life. So now that everything has been brought back in the same dimension, now let me show you how time travel happens. Now, Uzair alayhi salam is witnessing time travel in front of his eyes. Usually, a donkey, in order to be born, it is a process. After the donkey's born, the donkey then raises to the full size. That is a process. But Uzair alayhi salam is witnessing in front of him the dust turning to bones. Subhanallah, the bones getting the flesh, the muscles getting the skin, and the donkey is alive in no time in front of his eyes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him not just the three dimensions, but also time travel in front of him. You and I can't even imagine what kind of experience would that be. But on the Day of Judgment, every soul will witness similar experience as the body is resurrected back from the ground and the flesh, the bones receive the flesh, and the man is raised and the soul is entered into the body again. However, through a different process. When the man was born the first time, it was a different process in the womb of the mother. The whole process took place, but now in a totally different place on the Day of Judgment. Man, the human, is getting raised from the ground like the crops. We will be raising from the ground like crops, and the soul shall enter. Now you will enter the Day of Judgment. The Day of Judgment, now you listen to different hadith, that the same Day of Judgment to some people will be like praying Asr or praying Zuhr Salah. For some of them, it would be like the time between Zuhr and Asr. While for some of them, it will be 1,000 years. While for the others, it will be 50,000 years. For some of them, they will sweat so much that their sweat is what they will be swimming in. For some of them, their sweat will reach their waistline. For some of them, their sweat will reach their ankles. And the person wonders, how is it possible? Same place, different quantity, different amount of sweats happening with different people. They're standing next to each other. It's not even like grouped together, because that person's sweat at different level on the same plane surface, the sweat is not going anywhere, because you can't really make anything stand without any coverings at different levels next to each other. How is it possible? So through this one ayah, we can get to see how different people in the same space could experience different things, because they will be in the same space but not in the same dimension. Everybody will be surrounded by some parameters. Their variables will be different from each other. There will be some constants and there will be some variables. Quran has so many beautiful stories to tell. Only if you and I can look at those ayahs and ponder over. Let us know in the comment section below how you liked our today's episode. We will be bringing to you many beautiful stories from the Quran with another perspective for you to think about the stories that have been told to us in the Quran and the books of Hadith. We'll catch you next time. Till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.